My name is Brandy, and I'm a student at Oregon College of Oriental Medicine. This recipe is for spleen cookies. These cookies are going to help to tonify the spleen, nourish the blood, increase good appetite, help with insomnia, and reduce stress and anxiety. These cookies are a really good way for patients to make something at the start of their week and have in the fridge ready to go. They could just pull them out and heat them up and walk out the door. Usually a spleen shoe patient doesn't want to eat breakfast, and it throws off their eating habits for the rest of the day. So this is a really good start. It's loaded with really good herbs that's going to nourish the spleen, as well as flavors that are appealing. So they're going to want to eat it, and then that will help to get them on a regular eating schedule. You're going to need Dazao, which is Chinese date, Shan Zha, which is Hawthorne Berry, Dang Gui, which is Chinese Angelica Root, Huang Qi, which is astragalus root, coconut flour, gluten-free oats, sea salt, black sugar, applesauce, water, unsalted vegan butter, softened, and you can optionally have poppy seeds. You're going to want to start with putting your Dang Gui and your Huang Qi in a pot. Fill the pot with water till about 2 inches above the herbs. Bring those to a boil and then turn them down just slightly. You're going to want it to be in between a simmer and a boil, and let that cook for about 40 minutes. While you're waiting for that, you can boil some water and pour them over your Dazao and Shan Zha, just enough to cover the herbs. You don't want to fill it too much. And then just let those sit. As soon as your Dang Gui and Huang Qi have boiled for about 40 minutes, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Drain your Dang Gui and Huang Qi, and you can pour it through cheesecloth or like a metal mesh strainer. You can save your herbs and boil them a second time, or you can toss them, just keep the liquid. Then you're going to pour out the liquid from the Dazao and the Shan Zha, and you're going to cut the Dazao and the Shan Zha up into little bits and pieces. Make sure that you get out all the seeds. Sometimes the Dazao is already pre-seeded for you, so you don't have to pull those out, but the Shan Zha usually always has a lot of seeds. So cut those up into little bits. In one bowl, you're going to mix coconut flour, sea salt, and sugar. In another bowl, you're going to mix up the applesauce, the butter, the Dang Gui, and Huang Qi liquid. And once those are mixed, add those to the flour and oats mixture. And then gently mix in the Dazao and the Shan Zha. Just make sure it's all just barely mixed up. And then on a cookie sheet that's either been sprayed with cooking oil or is covered with parchment paper, you're going to want to form about 1-inch balls, and once you put them on the cookie sheet, kind of flatten them out a little so that they're shaped like cookies. And then you can sprinkle poppy seeds on if you'd like and gently press them in there. Bake them for about 13 to 15 minutes or until slightly brown, and then let them cool, and you can store them in the fridge. This recipe is for herb and citrus water. This water is going to help to harmonize the blood, promote appetite, and calm the liver. It's a really mild flavor. The herbs aren't overwhelming, and neither are the orange and the lemon. They both kind of balance each other out. You're going to need Juhua, which is chrysanthemum, Meiguihua, which is rosebud, 1 large orange, 1 large lemon, water, and sunshine. You are going to want to cut up the orange and the lemon into thin slices and then just toss them in your container, preferably glass. Add your Juhua and your Meiguihua. Fill the container full and put the lid on it, and then just put it out in the sunshine to steep for a few hours. If you are short on time or live in a place like Portland where there's cloud cover, you can boil water and fill the container half full and let those herbs and fruit steep. And then once they've kind of cooled down a little, then you can add room temperature water to fill your container all the way up, and then just store in the fridge. When you drink it, put it in a glass or whatever container you're going to use and let it come to room temperature before you drink it, or you can warm it up like a tea.